Good morning, YouTube.
Happy Thanksgiving. And as the day progresses, I think we all need some tips on how to get through with your family, if you love them or hate them, or you're somewhere in the middle, in between.
Have that annoying relative? Yes.
Perhaps. Now, Tyler, we had like a pre-Thanksgiving with my parents, which was an interesting...
It was perfectly fine.
It was perfectly fine.
We went to a restaurant.
Yes.
There was a little mix-up with the drink orders. They brought over the soft drinks first, but then the hard drinks usually come second because it has to come from the bar.
Right.
Your mother...
She wanted her wine
Isn't
right away.
aware of that?
No.
I don't think so. When we got our drinks first and she didn't get her wine, yeah, that was a mild thing. The funny
Right.
part was your dad, who was earlier at a restaurant eating breakfast and decided he wanted grape jelly for home, so he took the grape jelly off the table.
Right.
Packets, put in his pocket. One of them exploded in his pocket, and he realized as we were eating and decided, well, I'm going to clean that all out. Exploded jelly as we were eating. So he had a task that he was doing while he was talking to us. It was very pleasant.
Well, and
there wasn't any politics or anything weird.
No,
It was
his
fine.
excuse was that they didn't have any grape jelly at home.
Right.
They only had strawberry jelly, so he needed to hoard some grape jelly from the restaurant.
It was fine.
Everyone's family is different, and everyone needs to get along. And you can't pick your family. You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. And you got to learn to get along. And I have some tips
Okay.
to help get through your Thanksgiving. Are you ready for number one?
Okay.
Always have food out. So people
snack on.
To snack on. People get hangry, so right when everyone's showing up, you got to just have some hors d'oeuvres,
Cheese.
some cheese, food, just anything out. I think that's a no-brainer because you don't want anybody to be hangry.
Absolutely.
Number two, you got to turn up the TV, and especially if you have like some uncomfortable moments going on, just kind of go ahead and turn up whatever movie's on that weekend and get it cranking. Perhaps some news. I don't know. CNN, Fox News, whoever's going to piss someone off the most, turn
I
that
thought these
news
were supposed to
channel.
be good tips. So no, hopefully Grandma still has cable to where you can watch a movie for like 10 minutes and then have 20 minutes of commercials to make conversation, and then it goes back to the movie because that's what TV's like nowadays. But no, I would say avoid any politics at all. Like, okay.
It makes it more fun. And the last thing to make your holiday successful is to just hide in the bathroom. Hide in the basement, hide in the bathroom, go for a walk, just take a breather, take a break. If there's something uncomfortable going on, just disappear.
Just chill.
What do you think about my list?
That is a very good list of good advice for the most part. I don't have any big problems with my family. The only time I can think of is when I was, I guess, college age, and my sister came home, and she had kind of taken up like smoking cigarettes. It was a short phase that she had, and I called her out on it quietly at the table, and she yelled, F-bomb you, slammed the table.
Because you called her out. Like,
Well,
you can't do that to your sibling.
It was just having a conversation and me saying, hey, you shouldn't like smoke in your car. It really screws it up. I could see in the headliner and stuff. And she went, shut. Yeah,
Okay,
that was, and
but like,
that was,
you need some backstory. His sister was like so cool, homecoming queen, like totally ruled this. And she was younger, he was known as, oh, this is Carly's brother.
Nobody knew my name. That's like, oh, that's Carly's brother.
Yeah.
That's he likes Star Trek and cars. Yeah, he's weird.
And so you calling her out about smoking, I can totally see that because you're such a nerd. But that's okay because I love you. But you got through it. I think controversy can be fun during the holidays.
Yeah.
And so I also have a little list of things that you should talk about to stir
conversation starters.
Yeah, conversation starters. Like, who are you going to vote for? Do you think a female could be president? I think those are fantastic conversation starters.
To start an absolute disaster at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
No.
I think those are great. And one of the things, of course, which I love this one, is what's the craziest thing you did as a teenager where you got in the most trouble? Do you have any great stories about that?
No, I bought a car for $200 and left it in a field and got in trouble.
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to abandon cars in a field, but that's about the worst thing that I had done as a teenager.
See, that's a good conversation starter.
Okay.
I took a Greyhound bus from Chicago to Las Vegas all by myself, and it was a wonderful experience. There were a couple drug addict kids in the back that I hung out with the entire time, and then whoever it was, like the Border Patrol came on and arrested like 7 people on the bus, and it was an adventure. And so, see, these are good conversations.
I have a feeling that is not April's wildest teenage story by an order of magnitude. I know a few, but I'm allowed, I'm sure I would get, and it would be edited out by Jake immediately.
No, and so
She was very naughty.
I may or may not have got kicked out of high school. I don't know. It could have happened. So my last question, which I think that you should definitely try at the Thanksgiving table, is if you could be the opposite sex for one day, what would you do? That's a fantastic family question. I think that's great.
I don't know.
I don't know what is.
That was just my instinctive reaction, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, what would you do if you were a girl for a day?
Jump on a trampoline. No, I don't know. What would I do?
This is terrible.
This is the worst answer ever. You should have asked me this beforehand so I could have had a prepared answer. What would I do if I was a girl for a day?
Yeah.
I would, and you would be a guy for a day?
Mm-hmm. What's going on?
Let's move on.
But those are good conversations to have to keep things lively at
I
your
see.
holiday dinner.
I think that is mostly good advice, some terrible advice.
That's great.
But there are people who have had much worse Thanksgivings than us.
Yes.
And we saw a list of some of the worst meals ever seen at a Thanksgiving. So let's start with this recipe here. It says,
Yeah.
this was so easy and cheap. Bought turkey from the deli,
Yes.
or New Delhi.
Yeah, it's
That's not
spelled wrong.
right.
Yeah.
Slice 3, stuffed with stovetop stuffing and topped with turkey gravy, baked for 20 minutes. Serve with veggie and cranberry sauce. Actually, that sounds pretty good.
No, that sounds awful.
That's a very easy turkey dinner.
No, deli meat is like kind of gross to begin with because it's all salted and like preservatives on it, and it's not very healthy for you. And so that looks like rubber mixed up.
Looks like a Thanksgiving taco. It's great. Okay, that's my mom's Thanksgiving turkey.
Ooh, it came out of the oven like that.
It exploded.
How does turkey explode in the oven?
That's a disaster. All right.
That's a disaster.
And here is another turkey.
That's really
Speaking of,
cute.
well, if I were a girl for a day, that's what I. Oh wow. Okay.
It's like you just kind of feel bad eating it though, because it has like a face and almost a personality to it,
Right?
and some hair. It looks like one of those Amish type of people.
Well, that is my favorite part of the turkey right there.
What is
actually.
in the shelf there?
Maybe a lemon?
Those are two. Oh, an orange perhaps.
Yeah.
Two
All right.
oranges.
Well, that's a big turkey fail.
That looks great.
Okay.
What do you
And
do
that's
with that?
dessert, I guess.
That's amazing.
Looks like something Neelix the cat left for us for
That's
dessert.
gross. Oh my gosh, that's so bad.
Would you eat that?
No, I can't even because it looks so much like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
It just looks
Mr.
like
Hanky, the Christmas poo.
Yeah.
And that is nightmare fuel for me. Pumpkin pie with pickles. I hate pickles, so that just ruins
But I
it.
wonder if it tastes good because it's like sweet
No.
and salty combination.
No.
It could be delicious.
No. And that's the ending there. Another turkey, which they stuffed with SpaghettiOs, it looks like.
That's a great idea.
No.
That's
No, it
great.
looks like murder.
No, that's great. And they like chopped off everything. Okay, and it looks like it's been like, back in the medieval times or whatever, where they like cut your stomach open and you're like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Disemboweled, yes.
This is like in Hannibal, the movie.
Well, turkeys are disemboweled before, but somebody just added SpaghettiOs to make it a particularly gory looking.
That looks like a horror Thanksgiving, which is like Halloween Thanksgiving combination.
You
Which
gotta
could
admire, the creativity of that, but yes.
It could be a new holiday.
All right.
Halloween mixed with Thanksgiving.
So that's some disgusting food, but if you're having a really bad situation, a bad Thanksgiving, there's people that have had it a lot worse. Some amazing stories on Reddit, which I found a few of my favorites, starting with this one. My mom dominated the conversation about how everyone should be drinking their pee for a solid 45 minutes. She read some yoga book about how it cures some infection called the Bali belly. Went on for 45 minutes defending it, but then she denies now the whole conversation ever took place and said that she never tried it. After convincing people to do it for 45 minutes, read about it, never tried it.
Would you ever drink
No,
your
of
pee?
course not.
Even if you were like dire need
No.
and just dehydrated for days and days and days?
No, here's
You
another
wouldn't.
one. My grandma accidentally
would.
poured dish soap on the turkey instead of oil.
Oh no.
It was funny but upsetting.
Oh, that's bad. That's a problem.
And then another one, my dad had an allergic reaction to shrimp cocktail before dinner and his face blew up. He refused to come out of the kitchen or sit at the table with us. He was just eating his food in the kitchen, trying to act like things were normal, yelling out, "Hey, good mashed potatoes this year, huh?" Meanwhile, my mom is anger crying at the table, telling us to eat our effing food that she worked all day on. All the kids are very scared and very confused. My sister starts crying because things are so weird and no one wants to eat because there's so much tension. Eventually, my mom convinces my dad that she needs to go to the ER. My high school senior age brother took the bottle of wine and shared it with the 7th grade me and got me drunk for the first time. That's great. My parents came home to me throwing up on the bathroom floor.
Shut up, really? Oh, that's
That's
the
a Thanksgiving
worst.
right there.
It is better to throw up when you're drunk than the next morning. So you did learn a valuable lesson.
And finally, a family friend who happened to be a lesbian thought it would be a good idea to carry at least 20 plates across the living room. As one could expect, she dropped all the plates on the floor. Then my grandfather, who barely knows this friend, says in the most famous words in our family's history, "You know those lesbians, slippery fingers."
That's great. That's like a code name for lesbians now. Slippery fingers enter
Only
the room.
grandpas could get away with that one, for sure.
that's
My grandpa's
great.
been gone over 20 years. He would say the darndest things. That, yeah.
They get a pass too. It's like it's
Certainly.
cute that they say that. When little kids say like cute things that they're not supposed to say and swear words, like it's cute. And same with grandparents. So what did we learn today?
Some common sense, I think, for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And that I was, or still am, a total nerd. I guess that's nothing new.
Right, and you should totally discuss politics, anything to
No,
do with gender,
no.
and
Enjoy your Thanksgiving.
drink your pee.
Eat plenty of turkey stuffing. Have a great Thanksgiving. And thank you so much for watching. April, I was really counting on you for good advice. I gave you an assignment and but what was that?
I just think things would be more fun and lively during the
You are
holidays.
going to cause so much. There's going to be a murder.
I hope so.
After somebody watches this.
I dare you to ask your family who they're going to vote for.